China's grip on India's fertilizer supply has farmers on edge and new regulations are shaking up the industry. Today we dive into the heart of India's agriculture lifeline, specialty fertilizer sector. From trade wars to groundbreaking innovations, what does this mean for our farmers, our food security and for our future? Joining me is Mr. Rajib Chakraborty, President of Soluble Fertilizer Industry Association. Welcome to PTI.
Thank you for having me here.
China's fertilizer exports to India were halted, hitting her farmers hard. How dependent is India on Chinese imports and what chaos did this ban unleash on our supply chains?
We started becoming dependent on China since 2005 when the Europeans started sourcing goods from China and selling to Indian markets. Then gradually they built their capacity, built their technology to capture the entire world market. So India was not the exception, so we started becoming dependent on China. Today we import 80% of our specialty fertilizer from China. Remaining 20% is indirectly traded from China. So in a way, except the 5% of NPK formulations that we produce, 95% we are dependent on Chinese supplies. This has increased the prices of fertilizer by almost 40%, and there is always a shortage. Now this impact, if we assess the impact was not so visible this time because the actual season for usage of specialty fertilizer starts from September, where in various cash crops, horticulture crops like grapes, banana, farmers start using drip irrigation and then they use soluble fertilizer and specialty fertilizer extensively. So this happened before the start of the season, so we have not seen the impact yet.
Now China's borders are open again and fertilizer exports are back on. Mr. Chakraborty, will this bring relief to our farmers with lower prices and better supply, or is this just a temporary fix?
It's a temporary fix because China is closing the export window from October. So they will be closing it for the entire world market, not only for India. With India, issues are resolved as we understand now. But then once they stop the supplies or they start restricting the supplies, they don't stop it completely. They restrict it by imposing inspections and delay the consignments. So that process will start again from October.
Here is the question. With Chinese exports to India coming to end from October 1st, how India is prepared to face this challenge?
We will not see much of impact this time except the price hikes. Anyways, price hikes will impact farmers directly. We have very good global sourcing players in the market who will be sourcing their entire consignments, entire requirement in this 1 month only. People have started working on it. Many of them are SFIA members also. And then maybe by mid of the season we will start getting supplies, indigenous supplies also. So that's how we are planning to face this challenge, and I don't think this time we will have much of difficulty.
Now let's talk about game changer. You have spearheaded India's first indigenous water soluble fertilizer technology backed by the Ministry of Mines. Mr. Chakraborty, tell us, how will this breakthrough transform farming and cut our reliance on imports?
Fertilizer technology or any production technology is very important for any country because if we have process, then we dominate the market. My aim was to make India, especially for specialty fertilizer, an export dominating country, not an import dependent country. So we, after spending almost 7 years on the research of developing a process with Indian raw material and Indian designed plant, and it's a true make in India proposition. We are able to develop it, and we have gone through several layers of scrutiny of Government of Mines. After that, we have received support to develop a pilot plant. This pilot plant is now ready for scale up, and we are already discussing JVs with many leading fertilizer companies.
That sounds revolutionary, but breakthroughs don't come easy. What hurdles did you face in developing this technology, and when will farmers see it in their fields?
there were certain hurdles in terms of, because research R&D means a failure game of 1,000 times. We only success once, after failing for 1,000 times. So that has it's common to every R&D process. So we have also faced that. We spend a lot of money, and then we in fact I risked my entire life in doing that, developing something, and I was almost out of the business at one point of time because I was not able to focus on developing my business as a soluble fertilizer player. But fortunately, it is now developed and it is now gaining traction from the market. As far as getting this product in the market, this will start coming to the market 2 years down the line, when we will see big capacities, and I think it will very soon bring self-reliance and specialty fertilizer at least. This is a soluble fertilizer manufacturing technology. This technology is special in terms of many things. First, one single process to produce almost all the soluble fertilizer. Usually for every product there is a different technology, but this technology enables production of all products in one process. Secondly, this particular technology is zero effluent project. There is no emission from this project. So that's why, this was one of the ground that Ministry of Mines has taken into consideration and given it a project of national importance. We know that in future pollution is a very big problem. So we need to develop green technologies which is fully protected from generating effluents, because disposing those effluents are becoming increasingly hard. Whatever technology we have today, especially in fertilizer, are actually borrowed technology. That is not our Indian technology. So for every borrowing we have to pay a very big price. I personally believe that we need to develop our own technologies, and we need to get away from this dependency on foreign technologies. What happens? We don't get upgradation with the technology, then we pay another price for getting the upgradation. But if it is our own, we can keep on developing.
Speaking of challenges, the 2025 fertilizer regulations just kicked in. Manufacturers and importers are scrambling. What's been the biggest roadblock in meeting these new rules?
Fertilizer are divided into two categories. One is subsidized, another is non-subsidized. The non-subsidized fertilizer is responsible for the horticulture success. Now, in non-subsidized fertilizer segment, there are 4 categories of fertilizer that is actually contributing and making it possible. Soluble fertilizer, organic fertilizer, micronutrient and stimulants. Altogether, we call it SOMs. Now, first 3, soluble, organic and micronutrient, were brought under fertilizer control order, and it is regulated for a very long time. Stimulants are now coming under regulation under fertilizer control order. Stimulant industry is operational for almost 10 years now. So far working without regulation. Now the new regulation is coming in. So the industry is not fully ready to adopt to that adopt to the new regulations. They have to make a lot of investment. Many small players, SMEs who are operating into it will be wiped out in the process. But then as an association, as an industry, we see the positive side also, because some regulation has to be there to control it. Implementation has got certain limitations of manpower, resources, and lack of digitization has made it worse. So understanding of the entire process and quick implementation of the process has gone bit out of the track.
Now let's address the elephant in the room. The Agriculture Ministry recently banned certain biostimulant sales. What went wrong, and how do we fix the approval process to get the farmers the tools they need fast?
We understand it a bit differently. I think the Honorable Minister has not banned the biostimulants. What he said is linking of biostimulants with subsidized fertilizer. So he is probably talking about some artificial shortage created to sell the biostimulants. What he is exactly saying is, the way we interpret it, he is saying to regulate it. He is asking to bring the specification to FCO and then allowing one by one to produce and sell. This process is very important, because otherwise what will happen, there will be no process. no process to regulate the market. Farmers will be confused with the variety of products that people are offering. Every company may have 10 or 15 products, but if we consider 10,000 companies, 10,000 producers in the country, then you can imagine how many products farmers are offered, farmers are exposed to. So this regulation is very important, but the only thing is this has to come the implementation has to happen very quickly, because it is halting the business of the industry.
Biostimulants are under fire. Critics say they are ineffective or forced onto farmers with subsidized fertilizer. Mr. Chakraborty, how is SFIA ensuring farmers get the products they can trust?
There are two different things. One is selling biostimulants with other fertilizers, forcibly selling with other fertilizers. And another thing is selling biostimulant on the basis of their efficacy and usage and benefits. SFIA was formed with the entrepreneurs who brought soluble fertilizer, who created the market of soluble fertilizer in India. They never had the luxury to get any product which can monopolize and which can be utilized to sell other products. So what they do is they go door to door, farmer to farmer, they educate them, they take the entire responsibility of their crop for their losses, not for their gain, and then they recommend product. So they don't sell product. SFIA members sell concepts. Every SFIA member consult to a minimum of 1,000 farmers every year, new farmers. And this addition is actually working as the extension of fertilizer. In SFIA also, for various fertilizers, we have also faced many hurdles, regulatory hurdles. But despite all the hurdles, this market has been growing 18% year over year CAGR. And it is now used everywhere, in every crop, starting from cotton to soybean to wheat. Everywhere it is adopted, it is not forcibly sold to anyone. So it is SFIA always insist, or they motivate companies to sell product based on its cost benefit to the farmers, not on the basis of monopolized products.
Thousands of biostimulants flood the market, but only a handful have government approval. Why is it so hard to get government approval for them?
There are a couple of things. First is, this industry was not educated for the process of registering a product. There is a process in FCO. One has to go to listed university of Government of India. There they have to get their product tested. Then they can file their claim with the ministry, INM. They will evaluate it. They will send it to ICAR again and get it evaluated. If the ICAR is confident about the product, then it gets listed in the FCO. Now, this entire process was not known to the industry, so nobody was prepared for this law, and they did not go to any. They have not taken a structural approach to the whole process. So what happened when suddenly this law came? They were totally in confusion, and actually they have started the process now. So that's why we see. So everybody make their own formulations, went to the market, they gave the farmer assurance, and they started selling. Now we are trying to build a framework in which all these 1,50,000 products can be fitted into, and that is possible. That has happened in FCO before also. SFIA can suggest a couple of remedies which can easily solve this issue.
Trust is everything for farmers. How is SFIA working with ICAR to ensure only science-backed, high-quality biostimulants reach our fields? And what's the plan to stop unapproved products?
When we first discovered SOMs, the impact of SOMs, it was our internal research that some schedule is working in a different way with the farmers, and we started studying grape farmers in Maharashtra, especially in Nashik. We picked up data and we found that the farmers have succeeded in farming grapes, and very marginal farmers have become exporters of grape. This is a huge success. First thing we did is we went to ICAR, we asked for their schedule, and then we asked them to do a comparative study to bring everything on documents. So the study is now complete. NRC GREPS has done it. We have launched the preliminary report also, and that report will come. That will establish this claim that SOMS is the most, SOMS is the future. At the same time, we also have to accept that SOMS is replacing subsidized fertilizer. It is reducing the subsidy burden for the government. SOMS is the only solution. So farmers will adopt it, and we can do it scientifically. We are now generating papers. SOMS is in existence for last 30 years, but there is not a single research paper on the SOMS practice of farming. We have started doing it, and we will take it forward scientifically, and we will establish our claim.
New regulations are tough to navigate. How is SFIA helping its members stay compliant and keep the industry moving forward? SFIA was born out of an industry which was regulated by Fertilizer Control Order. In SFIA, you will find every member is educated about Fertilizer Control Order. SFIA is not panicked about the new regulations. We have seen regulations coming in and going out for a very long time. We are doing it since 2002, when the first water soluble fertilizer was registered. So our advice to the industry, those who are not a member of SFIA or people in general, that patiently wait for FCO to fully adopt the new regulation. Small mistakes can happen. We can regulate them. We can get changes done. It's a very normal process. This process of 3-4 years, getting accustomed to the new rule of biostimulant may be a bit difficult, but it will yield excellent results both for the industry, for the farmers, and also for the regulators. Let's look to the future. Nanofertilizers and digital agriculture are making waves. How will these cutting-edge technologies change the way India farms?
When we first brought soluble fertilizer, we were talking about droplet size of spray. When we are talking about specialty fertilizer, precision farming, technology is always built in, it's part of it. If we are talking about drone today, soluble fertilizer is the main carrier in drone. When the drip irrigation came in, soluble fertilizer actually made the drip successful. So these fertilizers, specialty fertilizers, are going to grow much faster than what it is growing today with the new technology. With precision farming, farmers are getting analytical labs in their own place. They are getting weather monitoring system in their own place. So that is the level of penetration of technology already happened in specialty fertilizer industry. So what we need to do is we just need to extend it. This is limited to certain crops and a group of farmers. It's not a small group, it's a very big group. When I say group, it means entire crop. So we need to extend it, we need to take it to every corner of the country. And if we are able to do it, even a very marginal farmer will earn enough to maintain his family the way he is willing to.
From trade shocks to technological triumphs, Indian fertilizer sector is at crossroads. Thank you, Mr. Rajib Chakraborty, for ensuring these eye-opening insights.